So Kristen, clearly the headline of this week in Idol.
America, please vote. This is my dream, and it's up to you to keep it alive.
Michael Johns and Carly Smithson duet.
It was seriously the only thing worth watching on the show.
It sort of made it more stark when you saw Michael and Carly singing. I kind of realized what was missing a little bit this season. I kind of wonder what Michael would say about it.
Well, let's ask him.
Michael Johns!
Hey.
Oh, hey, how's everyone?
Just hanging around the office, right?
Yeah, I just came in, hanging out, checking out the lavatories. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
And you just came on the Red Eye to New York. You actually were performing The Letter last night.
I'm coming home.
As of Sunday, you didn't even know you were going to be singing on Idol.
No, we didn't. We went and mentored the kids during Hollywood Week, and then we sang it for them, and then they were just supposed to do like a little clip package for boot camp. And then, obviously the schedule just gets screwed up. It's TV. Our section got cut. And then Kenny called us, and he said, look, I want you guys to come back and sing for the first show, and is it possible to do The Letter again? And we were like, sure.
That's really interesting. I had a question for you. I was wondering, your hair is so soft and shiny.
Really?
What are you using? What product?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on, Kristen. You know what? Why don't we finish up Idolatry elsewhere? And
I've got-
Jessica, do you think you could keep Michael company for a few minutes while I just deal with Kristen? Kristen, hey, wedding ring on.
But
let's head out.
Is it gel mousse? I have to know.
Sorry about that. That was awkward. The whole wedding ring thing.
Yeah. It was a lot of bling.
Can I wear your hat?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kristen, look at me!
Bitch.
Kristen, I'm afraid to start here, but it's the only place we can start. The photo of Danny Gokey's wife.
You know how I feel about the ghoulish widower. Lunatic. People were talking about how, he was really put in the pimp spot.
One more to go, then you can vote. Danny, you ready?
I think that's appropriate because he is pimping the memory of his dead wife to get votes. It's disgusting, and I think he's going to hell. I'll see him there. But, it's...
You are not afraid to go there on
No,
Danny Gokey.
I'm not.
I have to say,
not.
you were not feeling him from the get-go,
No.
from his audition. And I was a little bit more reserved. If he wears a t-shirt with her face on it during Hollywood Week, he's officially dead to me as well. But I did think, when they showed that picture, I gasped. I couldn't believe it. And you have to be somewhat complicit in using her image that way.
Yeah.
And you don't need to keep her memory alive for 25 million viewers who don't know her. Keeping someone's memory alive is a private thing. When
Yeah.
you start showing a picture, pointing to heaven, talking about inspiration, it seems to me like a sort of clear effort to get people to vote for you.
It's exploitation.
It is.
It's really amazing, and people are starting to turn on him, at least on the EW.com message boards, which
Yeah.
I'm thrilled about because, his talent, in my opinion, is mediocre. We can talk about that in a minute, but it's really appalling the way that he has used her to get on the show and now to get votes. And I'm not saying he didn't love his wife. I'm not saying he's not sad she's gone, but he's clearly using his grief for his own advantage, and it's gross.
We have Holly Bruner from Indianapolis on the phone with us. And Holly, you are a fan of Danny's singing, but you also had a little interesting advice for him regarding how he's handling his backstory.
I think it's pretty appalling to use your family tragedies to pander for votes. And it really seems to me like that's what he's doing. David Cook from season 7 comes to mind, as he always does, since I'm a big David Cook fan. But he clearly had something very sad and tragic happening in his family, but we never really heard that on the show. David never talked about it, and he never used it to his advantage. And actually, I think that got him more votes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that you could see a few times last season, I think they wanted him to talk about it, and I think David just did not want to go there.
Yeah, and it was such
I think it was very obvious that he was in charge of his story not being spread all over national TV.
I was willing to give him some benefit of the doubt, but the picture raising kind of sealed the deal for me. Do you think, Holly, that there might be a backlash, and do you think this may end up hurting him?
Well, I kind of hope so. I don't think anybody should get away with classless behavior.
I think, honestly, if he walked on stage with Jesus and cured cancer, I still wouldn't be able to vote for him.
How do you really feel? Danny has a 1-2 punch against him in my book. One is I don't really like what's happening with his use of his backstory. And number two, the judges are working so hard on his behalf, it's making me nuts.
You give us all hope.
Here's what I think happened, and I'm going to steal this theory from Eddie Murphy. You know, if you are starving and someone hands you a cracker, you're going to think that that cracker is the best thing you've ever eaten in your life.
Sold out arenas.
We've been starving this whole show. Somebody just gave us a Ritz.
Yeah.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
And you finally see the truth.
If he's the cracker, then Casey Carlson was like the shit sandwich. Sorry, Casey, but that was like I was grief-stricken when that performance was over.
I know. Can somebody please like have a telethon for us after having to watch that?
Every little thing he does is a magic. Everything he does just turns me on.
Cara is driving me nuts. She's like a monkey clanging cymbals. To me, that image came to me earlier in the season, and I can't get it out of my head. Every time she talks, it's either that or one reader had suggested that she's translating for Randy.
I don't know if you'd be right there right now. You know what I'm saying?
You have an identity crisis going on.
So Cara maybe has come in to translate Randy from dog.
She's like when they have the people doing sign language, you know, in the background. That's her. She's doing sign language for his dog speak. So, is that offensive? I don't know.
I don't know. I think we've gone past the point of worrying whether or not this particular episode of Idolatry is going to be offensive.
I said I'd be in hell. You know,
yeah.
Fine.
Hey,
anyway.
I've just bought my express ticket as well.